You're listening to the Jaybird Watching Podcast, the official podcast of jaysjournal.com and fansided.com. We are the official ballroom chat for everything Toronto Blue Jays baseball, from game highlights to rumors and all the stuff in between. Here's your host, Craig Borden, with co-host Jason Lyons and Liz McGuire. Now let's talk some Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Hello and good evening, all you wonderful Toronto Blue Jays fans, plus Brother Lions already in the chat. We love seeing you already there going, knock, knock, anybody home? So Blue Jays time. It's here. Have fun. We got the whole regular gang together. Jason, Liz, how you doing this evening?
Okay, I'm really good. I'm about to tweet out this link. I realized that I was sad and deleted my Twitter because I was in my feelings because people keep tweeting messages to me. They're like, hey, the Jays lost or whatever. And like, I also, I don't want to brag my own brag, but I shall. But like, I also have to go. I've been a regular on Toronto's News 10 radio, and I have to go and talk about these things the next day on the radio. And so I was just like, I can't handle.
I don't get no time for myself.
No, I can't handle the sadness of like, you know how bad you feel after a loss, and it gets worse when there's like a day in between. Yeah. You gotta wait. Because like when the Jays win, I'm happy that they win, but I'm happy I don't have to feel bad for an entire like day. That's right. Anyway, that's me.
Yeah. Liz has had no time to grieve is what I'm hearing here, Jason.
Yes. I mean, it does. Hello to both of you and to all of our fans out there in Jaybird watching land. It was a beautiful day on the left coast today. It will be a beautiful evening for baseball in Seattle. It will be cold. After, sort of 8 o'clock, it'll be dropping down probably around 2 degrees, 3 degrees, somewhere in that neighborhood, I would think. But the start of the game is going to be spectacular, and it's a good thing we don't have anything to talk about. It's just, I thought we were going to spend a whole hour talking about Liz's escapades across Canada, but
it's true.
I feel like we could fill it with baseball.
I don't know. If you guys want to hear about my experience at the West Edmonton Mall, and that one time I went to Thunder Bay and stared at a tree, we could do that.
How many Club Monacos are there in the West Edmonton Mall now? Is there 3 still or 4?
Okay, I didn't count, but I think there was 3 or 4 Lidses in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lidses.
But they used to have dolphins, and there's no longer dolphins.
What?
Yeah, R.I.P. dolphins.
Somebody probably, there's people that live in that mall. They probably ate them.
Yeah, for real.
Dolphin meat's not bad.
For real.
Hard to find, but not bad. My cousin Troy loves dolphin meat.
Let's go.
Big dolphin.
There you go. So obviously there's been plenty to Jason's exact point that we have to unpack over the last week in Toronto Blue Jays baseball. And even since our little escapades in pregame shows and postgame shows over the last few games. But I hope everybody's, found their new lucky rabbit's foot, changed their, hair up a little bit, trimmed their beard, whatever, change the underwear or whatever it might be that gets you to the point where you are comfortable with going into the game tonight. Because once again, this Toronto Blue Jays team has to play comeback. It's been the moniker for the whole fun of everything in Major League Baseball for the Blue Jays this season. 49 comebacks this season in, just the 94 wins that we had. So how are you two feeling going into tonight, knowing that that is the mountain that the Toronto Blue Jays have to climb?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty confident in this team. I've been confident in them for a long time this year. Every team has lulls in the season. You hope it doesn't happen at this time of the year. But I mean, we just watched, arguably the best team in the American League, second or third, wherever they landed, in the New York Yankees, hit exactly what the Mariners are doing to the Jays, what the Jays did to the Yankees. It's almost exactly to the letter, exactly what they did. The Jays aren't quite scoring as many, what do they call them? Shit time runs. Yeah. But still, I think what we're looking at is, I think that, Gausman had a good start. I think he got pulled too early. I feel like hopefully we've learned our lesson about Brandon Little and we can just leave him in the parking lot, or hopefully they didn't even bring him with them on the trip. He is, especially when he's getting squeezed, he is a nightmare. He feels like he has to throw the ball middle. And of course, we asked a lot of Trey Yusevich yesterday, 2 days ago. I mean, the kid's, it was his second start ever in the majors, and he's going up against, an unbelievable offense, a relentless offense. And I think if our expectation was that he was going to get better, then that's tough because he was pretty good the first time. And again, I don't think he pitched poorly. I think that, I hate blaming the umpires. The last umpired game was one of the worst I've ever seen on both sides. And the fact that if MLB doesn't do something about that asshole jumping to the side and not giving the catcher the ball to throw the ball back get out of the game. The game is not about you. I don't know what your problem is, your issue is, or what that. But I mean, even there was a couple of times where Kirk just went like this and he jumped out around him, and you could just see Kirk come on, this is just getting ridiculous. And so if you want to be the show, then you should have been a better baseball player. It's embarrassing to that guy as an umpire, and I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm feeling optimistic tonight. I don't know if you guys, I was just going to give you the quick, the lineup. Hold on. It's going to my lineup card. So some changes for tonight. We got Springer in at 1, Luke's at 2, Vladdy at 3, Santander is checking in at 4, Kirk at 5, Varsho at 6, Barge at 7, Ernie Clement at 8, and Jimenez at 9. And I feel like tonight is going to be the shortest leash for those guys. The guys that aren't performing. I love some of those guys. I love Barge, and I love some, but some of these guys just aren't performing, and we have to get runners. We have to score runs. Liz, I think you put it really nicely before we started when you said, you can't win with 2 hits. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Go ahead, Liz.
Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty zen about this. I have time for this team. I have patience for this team, right? I mean, there's been other teams where I'm like, we're not going to dig out, but you don't know what's going to happen, I always feel like we have 2 different baseball teams. The one that does a whole bunch of stuff, and then the one that does nothing. And I don't really know which one we're going to get. Like we lost game 1 with 2 hits, but that was deceiving. What with the first at bat, first hit being a dinger. But I hope that they can turn it on. I hope that they can figure it out. I feel like they've been struggling a little bit with their identity and what they're trying to do. There's been a lot of, I know we'll get to it more later here, about the pitchers getting pulled too early. But again, you can't win a game with 2 hits. And I know momentum changes, and I'm not saying this is an all-the-time case, but again, they got 2 hits. And I feel like they just need to get themselves pumped up and execute, because this team can slay, right? But I don't know what's going on. Either they're gassed, they were gassed from the Yankees. I don't know what's happening with them, but I hope that this is a thing, and I've spoken about this before. It's an unusual, the most unusual outcome here is that we get swept in 4 games by the Mariners. That's actually the most unusual outcome. That usually wouldn't happen. So I really think that, we can win 2 games. Hell yeah. We can win 3 games.
Win them all.
Yeah, we can do it.
It'd be that simple.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that people aren't talking about enough, I've looked at a lot of Blue Jays stuff online, and I don't think people are talking enough about the fact that the Brewers are down 2-0 as well.
It's true, they are.
I mean, this is unprecedented, where the visiting team walks in, and I don't know, certainly the Jays games they haven't been the Mona Lisa, but if you've been watching on the other side of the coin, the Dodgers look like they're on cruise control. They look like they're barely even trying, and the Brewers are giving it everything they've got, and the Dodgers are just like, we are not going to let you up from the mat. Now, the difference on this side is I feel like I actually feel like both series are going to continue similarly, where the Brewers are going to go to LA, and they're going to be more like the Brewers. They're going to be stealing bases and bunting and just playing baseball, where I don't think that would hurt the Jays either. I think getting a little more aggressive and really trying to make sure that we're swinging at quality pitches rather than, even if you strike out on a good pitch swinging, I mean, at least that you were swinging at a decent pitch rather than some of the crap they were swinging at yesterday. Even the day prior, a lot of rollovers, a lot of just poor contact based on what I looked like for the first time all year is bad pitch selection. Now, they didn't see the Mariners a lot, 6 times this year, wasn't it? Something like that, 6 or 8. Was it 6? they haven't played them since May or last year, something stupid. Like, I mean, they haven't played them against them in forever. So again, there's very little familiarity with the team. And so, you know, I feel like there's a lot of that going on where they just don't feel comfortable with the guy that's at the dish. They don't know what he's going to do. Like a Rosarena and some of the other guys they certainly have seen before, but you know, it's a hard team to play against. And like even Cal Raleigh, like he is a very unorthodox batter and I'm always surprised when he hits the ball out because he doesn't have a great swing and it's kind of all over the place and you don't know what's going to happen with it. So the defense is a little nervous. They've been weird baseball games.
Yep.
And that right there is the big nutshell as we obviously move this whole thing to T-Mobile Park in Seattle for the series. Blue Jays got to play catch up. And to your point, that level of comfort with trying to find something to do with these hitters. They have been finding ways to just take the ball out of the damn ballpark is really the only reason we have been getting beaten, especially the last game. There was 2 3-run home runs and a 2-run blast. So is this just as simple as keep them in the ballpark?
Good thing we don't have a bunch of pitchers that sometimes give up too many home runs. But I will say, I'm going to echo Jason's right. I'm going to echo Jason's point. Yeah, those games were weird. Like those were weird games. They were weird games.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think it's always important to keep the ball in the yard. I feel like Polanco, like, I mean, I can't believe that, like that ball that went out to center, like that was barely touched. I mean, he's hitting the ball very, very, very well. It seems to be going way farther than it looks like. Even the Springer home run, like it didn't look like he got it all. Like he even kind of took off full running, you know, and then was like, oh, that's going to go. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Yeah. But I mean, the big thing, you know, the big thing is that the Jays middle relief and closers have had trouble keeping the ball in the yard. Mm-hmm. I mean, in a lot of cases, they've had a big enough lead where it may not affect, or, you know, like you said, Craig, they came back 48 times or whatever it was. And a lot of those were 8th and 9th inning comebacks after giving up a 2 or 3 run tater, right? I actually thought for a lot of that game yesterday, there was something was going to happen like that. Like when it was 6-3, I just felt like something was going to happen where they were going to tie it up again. They tied it up so quickly after it was, you know, when it was 3-3. And then I feel like, you know, some of what we were talking about with things getting squeezed and the Jays relievers on whole, the Jays relievers as a group are not strikeout out of the zone pitchers. They're strikeout in the zone pitchers, which is hard, man. I mean, you got to try and throw junk or blow by the best hitters in the world. And when they're successful, Hoffman looks like, you know, he looks like the second coming of Nolan Ryan. So, I mean, but when he doesn't, when it's 94 coming right down Main Street with a little tail on it, I mean, that thing is cake. So, I mean, I feel like, you know, like Louis Varland, I'm really surprised that he threw that pitch that he threw on the 3-run homer. Like, I mean, he's fighting to get it back in the zone when, I mean, at some point you have to realize that unless the bases are loaded, it's okay to walk a guy. Like, it's okay to throw a pitch off the plate and have them maybe hope to chase. And if you realize that, you know, that they're not going after those pitches, like I think in game 2 and game 3, or sorry, 2 and 3 and 4 of the Yankees series, like Bellinger and a few of the other guys stopped swinging at junk. Now they started striking out and they also started flaring balls off that we were catching as foul balls and stuff like that. But that's the price you pay to try and watch balls. And, you know, I feel like the Jays pitchers have just got to get a little bit more confident in their swing and miss. Yeah. You know, Sir Anthony usually has pretty good confidence in that. Varland has pretty good confidence in that. And the guy we've got starting tonight certainly does have confidence in his swing and miss. And I'm hoping tonight that he's dirty and stuff is spinning off the plate and he's got all of his tools going. I know that he wants to come out and show and prove. And I know the guy that they're going for 4. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, he looks like he's ready to eat through a man's shoe to get out there. Like I think that this might be the last time we see Max Scherzer pitch if the Jays don't go on.
Yeah, agreed.
And and the only thing I can think that he's thinking and probably talking to Biebs about is you get us through this, I'll get us through the next, and then it's anybody's series.
Is Biebs a good pitcher? Is Biebs? Come on, like, is he? Because like we got shelled.
Yeah, did you see his stats against the Mariners this year?
Were they good?
They're grotesque.
Pretty damn good.
Good. All right, I'm checking sure. Because I don't know a lot of Biebs other than like watching him pitch with the Jays. And I know he was a good last year, but I was like, is he still good? Because I see him get shelled a lot. I want to be wrong. Help me out, boys.
I think that you are. I think that in his last 10 games against the Mariners, he's 2-2 with a 2.3 ERA and 49 strikeouts in 7 appearances.
But what about his last like 5 games?
Against the Mariners?
No, just in general.
Just in general, he's been a little very upsy downy.
Yeah.
It's been a little all over the place. And to your point, Liz, I agree. But this is the reason we traded for him. He is a former Cy Young Award winner. And what is your alternative?
Yeah, that's it. And it's what he makes me nervous. He makes me a little nervous. Yeah. But I feel like
I will say he doesn't make me as nervous as our certain closer that you always have such fun.
I hate that guy.
About.
Hate that man. I hate him. The problem with my perception of things is it's because my perception of our closer is like I think he's like in 7th or 6th for Cy Young voting or like ranking this year. Yeah. He's like his stats are pretty good. His stats are good. Like he's like his close rates are decent. It's just that when it goes wrong, it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I still think my favorite Blue Jay comp of all time is Jason Frazier was our closer for a few years in the Angry Bird years.
Yep.
And that was roller coaster level.
I had no idea.
I really feel like it is.
No clue. He reminds me of Bobby Koch. Bobby Koch used to come out and you'd be like, Billy, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen here.
I remember I used to have a hatred for a guy in our bullpen who Mr. Wild, what's his name? Loopy's Wild Ride. Aaron Loop. And I was like, oh my God, I hated that man. Every time he came up, my brother would text me just like chirping because we were always like, what's going to happen? We don't know.
He was the pitcher that would not go away. We had the good year for him for a while, and then things happened, and I literally saw him playing the Rochester Red Wings as a Buffalo Bison, and he couldn't find the plate. The ball wasn't going anywhere fast. There was no movement on the pitches. There's 9 billion-year-old AAA players just taking him deep, and then he found a way to turn that around and was pretty good for us in 2016. So there was that whole thing, but it's amazing what can go good, what can go bad, all the in between with pitchers. And I honestly think that back to Shane Bieber, I think he's coming into this game with a chip on his shoulders going, this is why you traded for me. And I'm not done playing yet.
Yeah,
I really think this could be his last start.
He's got that dog in him. And good for him.
So it's not just a killer mustache.
Yeah.
So, but those are the kind of things that as we have 152 of you currently in the live chat, plus another 20 or so over on TikTok. Thank you, everybody.
Hello,
hit us up with all those wonderful comments. Michelle, good to see you as always. Happy hump day. Yeah. Hopefully it's a Blue Jay win day. And maybe my Sabres will actually score a goal tonight. We'll just see what happens.
Guys, I have a confession, and I'm going to go back to my own bullshit. I thought I had like a stomach flu or something for like a week. Turns out I was just really stressed about baseball.
Why did that sound like a Wayne's World thing? I thought I had mono for an entire year.
But it turns out it's really bored.
I was really bored, yeah. I feel like, and like I said, earlier, these games have been like oatmeal. Like there's just nothing to them. Like even the Mariners home runs aren't even fun. Like it's and let's call a spade a spade. It's fun to watch Josh Naylor. He seems to be the only one that's having any kind of fun.
Blando. He's not a blando.
None of them look like Polanco hits those home runs and he's just like running around the bases like nothing. And you're like, what are you guys doing? Like you're the most.
Oh wait, here, have a Trident.
The most lifeless team I've ever seen, and they must be hard to just like no pun intended, but they're like playing against a dead fish, right? Like there's nothing to it. So I mean, it's
baseball robots.
I feel like
they're good baseball robots.
If the Jays look at this, I hate to take stuff from Blair and Barker, but I feel like Blair and Barker said this very, very well today. The Jays need to play this like it's Game 7 for the rest of this series.
Yeah.
Like every game is Game 7 from here on out. You can't get to a point in this game if you're losing and just be like, oh, we got one more. No, you cannot. Every game is Game 7. Like if you're down 1, you have to get it back. If you're down 3, you have to at least get 1. It's so funny. I very rarely talk about my wife, Kim, on this cast. And it's funny to watch baseball with her because she scores for our team and she does all of these things that I don't ever get to see. She does Game Changer and all this fun shit, and I don't ever get to see it. And it's interesting to hear her say things that I would think, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking you just need to get one fucking run here. And Kim's sitting here, she's like, oh, just one run here. Like, and you're like, yeah, she's, you know, it's interesting. But I will say this, losing those 2 games took the entire spark out of the nation that the Jays had rolling. It's dipped completely. No one, people are out, you know, doing stuff right now. No one's rushing home to get to the game. No one, it's not must-see TV for anybody.
I mean, that's bandwagon. That is how bandwagon goes, though, because like there's the length. I just with hockey fans, like we'll lose a game in a series, and my buddies are like, "That's the Jays are terrible," and I'm like, "No, man, they're really good."
I think the other thing too is like and believe me, I care deeply about this. I want the Jays to go to the World Series. I want them to win the World Series. But I've had a lot of people that have reached out to me on social media and they're like, why aren't you angry or why aren't you this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel angry about it. I mean, I feel like they had a great year. I feel like beating the Yankees was a huge, huge, you know, accomplishment. And I mean, maybe next year, you know, maybe if it is their time, if this is the end. I mean, maybe then next year is. We've got a great team. They're growing. There's all these things that have come from
money's
this.
There.
The money's there. I feel like management has stepped away to a point where there's a little bit more freedom. I do hate the fact that John Schneider, you know, John Schneider looks a little bit like the John Schneider that started to panic in the Twin series. So I'm hoping that he can just put a lid on it, trust Beebs to go. I hope Beebs can really rip them apart. And I'm hoping that the sort of fun and games come back into this, like no matter what they have to do to get it to be fun again. But when the Jays are having fun, they just kick everybody's ass. So,
I mean, I'm the same way.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way with that. It's like, I mean, I'm like, however this is going to go, I'm all in for World Series. I want World Series, but like, I'm like, okay. We've been in such a sad state as a fan base for so long, whereas the team was, you know, after 2016, the team was a rebuild. The rebuild wasn't, it was like, are you rebuilding forever? Do you have a plan for the rebuild? Then, you know, they signed Vladdy and things are moving. And now we can see our team. We can see your team is going to be. We can see what you got to build around. And also, like, man, playoffs, I don't know, man. The playoffs are weird. The baseball is weird. And again, we could win the next 3. All of these things are possible. And like, that's what I try to tell people. They're like, why aren't you more mad? And I was like, because that's baseball. Sometimes it doesn't. And like somebody was like, I can't remember what they're saying. They were like, oh, why are they putting this pitcher in? Like as if they're giving up. And I'm like, no, they're reserving more things for the next game. They're calling it because sometimes you gotta. They could make a comeback, but you can't put yourself more at a loss because when they put Bassett in. And I was like, I just turned off the TV calmly and went back to Thanksgiving dinner. And I was like, that's how it be sometimes.
Can we say something about Bassett
thing in a minute?
He looked incredible.
Yeah. It looked like he hadn't skipped a beat. I do truly think that, honestly, regardless of the fact that, to Liz's exact point, that was a strategic move. The bigger part of that whole thing is it was a strategic move to make sure that Bassett was right and they know when they can use him now. That is the biggest win they got out of that because he looked amped up. He was like, I'm the one putting the stop to this shit. Good luck.
They couldn't touch him
done.
Either.
Exactly.
He was making them look like idiots.
Swinging at everything. It was just fun. So as we now have 200 non-fair weather fans in the chat with you, come on, hit us up with some of those fun things. And just for your brother, I'm not drinking Bud Light, I'm drinking Blue Light. All right. So just saying. I do want to chit chat on that mantra that you were talking about. This is where the Blue Jays things, and this is where I agree with both of you on the people asking me why I'm not more upset, because it's literally in a 24-hour window. My Buffalo Sabres didn't do shit. The Buffalo Bills got their ass handed to them, and the Sabres. So I got sports hammered just flat out
man.
in like
Canucks
a 12-hour window.
Yeah, Canucks lost, 49ers lost, Jays lost. It was
that's how it be, man.
Exactly. So my friends, I come into work on Monday, and they're like, well, why are you're Tuesday? And they're all like, you're already in a decent mood. What's going on? And I'm like, I think baseball ruined my brain a bajillion years ago as a player.
Yeah.
And Bob File has said this on this show. I want to say even Ricky Romero said that on this show too. There's always another game, and we are not done yet. There are guaranteed at a minimum 2 more games the Toronto Blue Jays have to play in out of the 4. So there is a tomorrow, regardless of what happens the other day, on Monday, tonight, whatever. It is not sudden and over and everything. And it's just, like I said, always the next game, regardless of what's going on. And if the Blue Jays do get kicked out of it, am I going to be upset? 1,000%, just like I know the 2 of you will be. But there's always the next season, and they're going to be good. There's not enough of this roster that's going to go away, when we're not going to dwell on that right now and talk on that, because we're talking about here, the now, and how Dalton Varsho, Springer, Bieber, and all these guys are hopefully going to take us to the promised land and get us back into this tonight. And
Vladdy
get this going.
Vladdy back.
Vladdy back.
So
I did look at his post game where he was like, yeah, we got to hit the ball.
Yeah. Gotta hit the ball. And to that point, I'm still waiting for, and thank you, Troy, for being the guy that mentioned this in the comment section and everything. I'm still waiting for them to have that moment where Joey Loperfido comes in and is some kind of a level of clutch.
Yeah.
Barger is struggling, to his point, but there is that wonderful thing that Barger flat out possesses that only so many people in baseball have. Monster muscles, Captain Jack, bam power.
Joke versus muscles.
Exactly. So there's this, you can't buy power, and you will live or die by it, as we've literally seen the Seattle Mariners over many, many games the end of this season, that they're living by that right now. All the runs, the majority of them, because even if they won the other night with no home runs, the Blue Jays would have edged them out 3-2.
Yep.
That is something that was very eerily odd to me in the midst of this whole thing. And I'm like, okay, great. We just got to figure out how to keep Riley, freaking Julio Rodriguez, and Randy Rosarina, and all these guys in the ballpark, and there's a good chance. So anyway, Liz, you look like you had something on your mind.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something very controversial. Take care. That the big dumper isn't that big. Vladdy's got a bigger dumper than the big dumper has. He does. And we can all sit here and pretend like Vladdy's ass isn't bigger than that man's, but it is.
So did I just hear you declare this evening the Battle of the Dumper?
The dump.
The dump, yeah.
Dumper Park. And let's people, I know there's a lot of you out there tonight, and I need you to work with me on this. To the guy in the sequin jacket wearing the cheese head behind home plate, don't do that. Don't put the bad mojo. Don't put the bad mojo from the Green Bay Packers on us. And as for a second thing, please, Leafs fans, can you take a couple weeks off with the Leaf stuff to do with the Jays? The Leafs haven't had the most success in a while. Yeah. And I see these pictures of Nylander at the game and, Austin Matthews doing a keg stand.
Not to mention that whole we don't need that Leafs juju infecting
Jesse Barfield jersey on. I don't need the Leafs juju on there. So let's just
get out of here.
Yeah, just keep that. Let's hopefully
keep the curse over on your side of the ice.
Some sort of weirdo at T-Mobile tonight that we can start to, where's Muscles? Where's the guy with the muscles behind home plate? As soon as he left, it looked like I threw him out. Maybe
put Tiny Head back in.
Yeah, there was an article on him actually I think it's on our Discord channel actually right now, because it came through in the trending things for the feed and everything like that. Apparently he's a monster influencer or something like that, and he's a
huge
PT guy.
Yeah,
he's a big freaking guy.
Yeah, and Troy Lyons just mentioned the butt plug shirt. That was pretty funny, actually. They made that guy cover that up, eh?
Yeah,
I mean, my pet peeve is I hate when people sit behind home plate and steal focus. Drives me absolutely insane. Firstly, you've paid that much money to sit there. Just sit there. And like, I want to watch a baseball match. I don't want to watch you dancing. Get out of here.
Geddy Lee doesn't take the spotlight when he's back behind there.
No, he was barely noticeable. He was Where's Waldo back there.
He was like incognito and everything the other day.
Because Geddy Lee puts baseball first.
Have you guys ever seen Geddy Lee's baseball collection?
Yes, I have.
Did you see what he's recently done with that baseball collection?
No, he did that a while ago.
Showing it to the public?
No, he donated to the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame, but he did that years ago. Like that should get more play than it does.
But now there's a book that just got released on stories from Geddy Lee's collection about the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, and that was so cool. He's donated a lot of the stuff to the museum from his collection.
And Eddie Vedder both have tons.
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder has tons as well.
So it was a really cool story that I highly recommend that anybody in baseball, not just Canadians, checks out Geddy Lee with the fact of what he has done to preserve baseball history, his collection, just the fact that the man bleeds baseball and we get to have him as, one of our nation as far as him being one of the Blue Jays fans. It's fun stuff. And they're going back on tour.
Yeah, I know. I know. What I love about Geddy Lee most. So I used to hate Rush when I was in my 20s. But when you hit sporty, you start loving Rush. All right. So get ready, guys. If you don't love Rush, you will. I also really appreciate Geddy Lee, who has a shirt that he wears at shows that just says Rash.
They also start their concert with the South Park. Where he's singing. Oh my God, he's singing Tom Sawyer. It's so funny. While we're not directly talking about the Blue Jays for a moment, have you guys noticed the cool thing that's going on with the Savannah Bananas right now?
No.
Oh, that's fun.
The Bananas have added a new team. And just speaking about two new teams, one of them has a lot of deep meaning though to baseball. So there's the Long Beach Coconuts, which are just a new team in the league, which is awesome. It gives them more places to play and more.
I mean, managed by Shane Victorino of all people. I thought that
the
was
Flying Hawaiian. I have his jersey downstairs. Anyways, the other team I know this is the Indianapolis Clowns. Now I don't know if you guys know the story of the Clowns. Hopefully we can do an episode on all of this stuff. So these guys were the Savannah Bananas before the Savannah Bananas were even they were nothing. I mean, these guys
30s
were
and 20s.
Yeah, these guys were like clown baseball. It was amazing. They did all the fun stuff, all the trick shots, all the between the legs and all that stuff. And they were guys who couldn't play in the Negro League or were cut or had decided to go to war and come back and couldn't play in the season or whatever the case was, but insanely talented athletes. And it's a part of baseball that I think, gets overlooked a lot. And so it's a cool addition.
Can you name the two most famous Hall of Famers in Major League Baseball history that played on those two teams on the Indianapolis Clowns?
Oh, I feel like Hank Aaron did.
That is one. You're halfway there, my friend. One of the best home run hitters in Major League Baseball history, Hank Aaron, started by being basically a Savannah Banana.
It wasn't Roberto Clemente, was it?
Think pitcher.
Bob Gibson?
Close.
No.
Probably pitched in just as many crazy as him as Satchel Paige.
Oh, really?
So.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing part of baseball. If you guys, for you historians, where's what's his name? Where's our stats guy? One day our stats guy
Cullen's
takes
off
the day
tonight,
off.
apparently.
Yeah, maybe he's in the Discord. I don't know. Get in here.
I'm watching all of it.
We need some Satchel Paige stats.
But on that note, they're going to be managed, funny enough, by Ryan Howard because he has been one of the biggest. Modern day players that have obviously contributed a lot of his time to the Negro League's Baseball Hall of Fame.
Didn't he have a grandpa or somebody that played in that league, and that's part of what's driving?
It's part of it.
Yeah, he's a good.
I don't
dude.
know the whole story.
Ryan Howard's a good
dude.
Yeah. There's good dudes out there. Ryan Howard's one of them.
Yeah, that was fun to talk about that sidetrack into a great baseball story. Obviously, we're not quite in off-season mode, but we still got to throw some good news in there every once in a while.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, well, the only other thing I was going to say is Adam Wainwright the worst color guy to ever make an attempt to do color on a baseball game? Like, it is hilarious how bad it is, and maybe that's why they're keeping him to do it, because he appears that he's never played or watched baseball, and yet is standing there in the middle. And whenever they cut to the three of them, It looks like somebody scared him the second before they went like right to him. Like he's like, it's so good.
Yeah. He's very upright. He's very up and down.
And it's so funny, too, because he was always one of the best interviews in baseball.
Oh, God.
And he was always comedic. He was always classy. Always was that true leader definition of everything.
Maybe they are threatening him before. Maybe they're actually like, don't do that.
He's bad right now. I wonder who the Mariners are going to drag out to throw out the first pitch today. It's already been Griff.
It's going to be Griff again.
No, I don't think they'll do him again. I think it'll be Ichiro, or it'll be Jay Buhner, or it'll be maybe Edgar Martinez,
Buhner, or Ken Phelps, just for the fudge of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Seinfeld references.
Maybe deep. Randy Johnson. I don't know. I'm trying to think of guys that they would bring back. Randy'd probably throw a 97-mile-an-hour heater and blow whoever.
Speaking of bringing the heat, did you see Josh Donaldson throw out the first pitch the other day?
I did. I was right incredibly surprised and happy about how much Josh Donaldson kind of looks like me now. He's got a bit of a dad bod, and we both have bad haircuts, and when he came running out, I was like, did I miss myself running out of the dugout?
No.
Yeah, Jesus, I probably should have been there. But yeah, I mean, good for him. Good for an Encarnacion, ripped one right down the pipe. I like that he told, why is Davis Schneider out catching for Ernie? That was a weird one for Encarnacion. Like, just, I don't know. It seemed like an odd choice, but I mean, what do I know, right?
I don't know. Speaking of odd choices, Troy's got a great one here in the chat that I got to put on full display. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? That is how uncomfortable Kevin Pillar looks in a suit.
I got something to say about this. Let's talk about Kevin Pillar's suit. Look at Kevin Pillar's suit. He looks like he was like on a Wild West movie. Like, I think he had like a bolo tie and he's dressed all in black. He's got to tone down the suit, and I don't know, man. He's really trying. Kevin Pillar is suiting so hard. He's like 100% suiting right now.
Yep.
He wants that job.
You are 100% correct that he looks like he had a callback for like the original Yellowstone.
Yeah.
But it's set in like it looks like he's an old-timey piano player or something. Like, how are you doing, ma'am? Can I play a little old line?
He's thought about that suit a lot. Or he's getting some weird advice.
I will say this. He did answer. He did. I've been going at him on X, and he finally did acknowledge the fact that I'm alive. So maybe we could get Superman before. Maybe he could wear. Okay, Kev, wear your tight ass suit. We don't care. Like,
we'll suit up. You suit up. We'll suit up.
Yeah, we'll go tarps off. All of us. We'll go have a tarps off show.
Deal. The camera will be up. The tarps off.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just right here. Who wants to see? So, I regardless of the Adam Wainwright thing, I agree with you that that's been rough. But watching John Smoltz and Joe Davis here in the States on Fox Sports makes me want to watch Apple.
Yeah,
that's how bad it's been.
It's not great.
Bad. It's not great,
but so, I mean, I'm always disappointed, when it comes to this time. And like, I was never, I like Joe Buck's voice, but I didn't really like Joe Buck. And there's certainly guys that they drag back for the playoffs, and you're like, I think there's a reason why they don't use you all year long. It's, and I know contractually they probably have to use you for the Masters and for this and for something else.
With him and Troy Aikman paired together,
I love Troy Aikman though. I think Aikman's phenomenal. Like Aikman and Romo, as much as I dislike the Cowboys, Aikman and Romo could go all day. I mean, they're hilarious. But
why are the two of them just doing it?
Oh, I don't know. Tony Romo's the best, but it's one of those things, and I think this is sort of what we're talking about. Like this is what the conversation needs to be in the Jays dugout before the game. It's got to be loose. It's got to be like, I'm hoping that we get to see some of it. I hope they're doing the high fives, and I hope they're dancing, and I hope they're.
Yeah.
I saw some of the footage from before the game.
I want to see Gladdy all.
They had a little kid out on the field, and they were wrestling with him and stuff like that. Like, it looked like they're having fun. The kid was chasing Bo Bichette around a little bit. It's
not too
good.
much. Not too much.
Hopefully. Well, he was running. Bo was fully running, which is a positive.
Which is another reason we need to win this damn series,
so we can get him back.
I want to see him in a Blue Jay uniform at least one more damn time.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning whilst brushing my teeth. I was like, if Bo Bichette doesn't put on a uniform, the chances that he signs back is very low.
Yeah, he needs that infusion of winning. This is how much fun this team could be winning,
with him in there. Yeah.
So, anyways, so we talked about the wonderful fun that is the pitching. We've talked a little bit on the hitting. Who are you guys thinking is the biggest breakout pieces of what we need to perform on the linchpin to the plan, the critical person that's going to come through at some point? And I'm talking somebody like how Nathan Lucas has been basically the gel that's holding this stuff together on offense of late. Is there somebody else like him that you think is the person that has to be the critical plug-in tonight?
Well, I think Vladdy. I'm going Vladdy.
It's got to be Vladdy or Kirk. I mean, it has to be one of the two of them. I mean, the Jays relied on Kirk so much this year for big hits, for big everything. He actually, for the first time in that game yesterday or 2 days ago, looked like he'd given up. He wasn't getting calls. The guy's not giving him the ball. It's just it was just thing after thing after thing, and he can't get a hit. And you're just like, what? I could just see him and I was happy that they put Tyler Heineman in. I felt like Kirky had just had enough. But it's one of those things where it's like, it's we've talked about it. The playoffs are so different. There's such a different beast, and to throw all of that stuff at them at the Yankees and be successful. And you almost don't want to be as successful as they were. You don't want to throw up the 23 runs. You want to hope that can just continue and you can maybe, win them a little bit less. But I mean, I think it's imperative that I also agree with Cousin Troy that Santander, it could possibly be the one thing that he just hasn't really, I mean, he looked good and then, he tweaked his whatever the hell. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, this is the playoffs. Like, you gotta, like, Nathan Luke takes a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, foul ball off his kneecap. And he would have finished the game.
He's out playing left field.
I guarantee you he'd have finished that game if they'd let him. And it's just a different mindset. Santander's got a mild contusion to his batacle region or whatever's wrong with him. And, he sits out again.
Pride.
And it's it's ridiculous to me. Like, get in there and want to play, want to help this team and earn your paycheck. To
me, it had to have been crippling. Otherwise, you would have had to cart my lifeless body off the field to come out of a game like that. That's really what it would be.
Yeah.
As a player, I just can't imagine finally getting to that point. And he hasn't been to this. The Orioles hadn't won a game, just like we barely won a game ever coming into this series against the Yankees and everything. So when he was playing with the Orioles, even though they were in the playoffs, they didn't win a game just like we did for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is his first real chance to show that he is, the reason we paid however the hell how much ungodly amounts of money it was to have him play right or left field for us in DH. And like you said, it seems a little odd that he would have been sitting on the bench, but for all I know, he was laying on a bed of nails and wasn't feeling that good, but it didn't seem like it was that bad watching him in the dugout. But what do I know? They still got Nathan Lucas in, so I really can't complain either way on that, I guess, because that game without Nathan Lucas playing left field might have looked a lot different. We had a chance because of Nathan Lucas at the beginning of that second game, and he kept us in it 3-3 until another home run and then another home run. And it just kept going. So this is what it is, I guess. But so I really think that the person that's going to be wearing this the most today, Shane Bieber's the one that shows up and has to tell everybody, I got my saddle on. You got to, hop on and, I'm taking you with me today.
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe. So we got 15 minutes left before we go and run off. Is there any other topics the two of you would like to talk, or if you're fans in the channels on Discord, there, everywhere, hit us. We want to chit chat with you.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing for me is that again, I mean, we need to really temper this and as a fan group, not like I've seen it all. I've seen kind of like you said, Liz, with the fair weather fans coming apart, and they're the ones that have seemed to be the loudest voices screaming and all the rest of that. Like, let's just try and keep it on the rails. And I feel like as you throw more level vibes out into the ether, they are, it's something that everyone feels. And it's just one of those things where, it is what it is.
Yeah. I got a wonderful conspiracy theory that just popped up in our fun on our Instagram feed. So thank you first, Maple League Baseball. Apparently on Wilner's show today, they talked about the possibility that Santander could have actually went to the IL, and they were possibly toying with the idea that Bo Bichette might have been actually, quote unquote, feeling a little bit better.
Wow.
I'm like, cool. That'd be sick.
Cool.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Cool story, bro.
All the buddies who we saw Bo Bichette last week, not really like playing catch and like hobbling. Like, no, this was
the
around
in the base the other day was what sealed the deal that he needs at least another week for the World Series.
He's not ready. He's not. It would be tempting to be like, let's bring him back for Game 7 if we have one, but like, the man's not ready.
Yeah. So I just thought that was a great comment, and to that point, hadn't listened to Wilner in a while. So mostly because of, I'll just say, conspiracy theories.
Hey Liz, if you need to go to get a table, you go.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna, guys.
Everybody would understand that.
4 minutes. Right. No, I got in like, but not right now. I'm not done yet.
Okay,
but
good. All right.
I will say this though, is that like, I think so. I stopped watching all the pregame stuff. Because I just need Zen. I don't know what's going to happen. You can analyze the shit out of it. And for my own peace of mind, I was just like, I'm just going to be cool about this game. And whatever happens, happens. Again, because baseball's insane. Like, we don't, in all of the thinking that we do, we often leave out how absolutely insane baseball is. Like, it's the only sport or I guess this thing in my life where like miracles are possible, where the unusual, it could actually happen. Maybe it's the last at bat of the game, and the guy, you can score a 3-run run. I've seen Springer do it. And so I'm deeply positive and unwell at the same time.
Yeah. To be fair, apparently Wilner called that one a galaxy-brained conspiracy theory.
I do like that. I text Wilner now and again.
Thank you again, Maple League.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to give me Geddy Lee's number.
There you go.
Wilner has it. But I think Santander really, I don't know, he's so droopy looking at it. Like, I don't know what's up with that. I was also shocked, but also relieved when they took him out. I was like, maybe that's what they need to do. I really I don't know. I don't want to see a lineup without Lucas in it.
Yeah.
Which
no way. You cannot take him out.
He's the only guy hitting with Ernie.
Yeah.
So on that note, before you leave, Liz, I know you want to leave. Last pick the click of the potential reality here. So I want to get your vote in because last week we had Barger, Ernie, Kirk, and Varsho. Ernie Clement, in my opinion, was the clear winner out of those 4. So Jason chalks up another win, and he's now only 3 wins behind you. So if the season keeps going, Liz,
I'm reeling in, Liz.
I do like this. I do like this.
Anyway.
So I mean, I know who I'm going to pick.
I'm going to let you go first, just because of the fact that you've unfortunately not been here for a few weeks, and we haven't been able to get a pick. So Liz, go right ahead.
We all know my pick was going to be it's always the same guy. If not, and it's usually the same 2 guys. The other guy is out, is Vladdy. And if not Vladdy, here's the thing, man. I would pick Vladdy or Kirk, or whoever's the best eyes on the team at any given time.
Please pick him. Every time you pick him, he crushes it. So please pick him.
I pick Vladdy.
Why do you think I'm letting her do it?
I will give shout out.
There's a scoreboard on this sheet, man. I don't care. I want to win a damn Blue Jay game.
Joey Lopafito has the sweetest face. And I would like to I don't often talk about the other team, but Julio Rodriguez has the greatest eyes I have seen since Kevin Kiermaier.
Oh man, he is a handsome devil. That guy.
I know.
I mean,
yes, he is.
We had a lot of people over here the other
right
night
there.
watching the Mariners game, and I mean, he is a handsome dude.
Yeah, Mariners fans are very blessed that they got an athlete like Julio Rodriguez too, because he is at this point starting to prove himself to be the second coming of somebody like Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, but does Suarez
4 seasons? He's got 330 seasons already.
I know he's unreal. But does Suarez's hair ruin all of it?
Yes, it does. It does ruin all of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Greasy.
Looks like it's tacked on.
I know, it's like that Lord Farquhar hair. It ruins all of it. And the only thing that's what ruined the friggin' Phillies was Brandon Marsh's hair. And I felt bad that the Phillies are out. Like I felt bad. I was like, guys, let's talk about the Phillies for a second. Is that Bryce Harper going to get a ring? Who knows? I thought they had a chance.
Needs to.
Well, I mean, they're such a good team. I don't know how they keep getting. I don't know how they keep getting bounced. Like, I mean, it's unreal.
Like,
for the sake of brother file, the Phillies need to win.
Yeah. But like,
J-Rod's not wearing his purple cleats.
Is he wearing a chains?
Oh, I like this. He's wearing yellow.
That's nice.
There you go.
But like, in terms of like, was the Phillies who like they were up like 3 or up 2, and like they just shit the bed and didn't win any games after that?
It was basically constantly. Teoscar Hernandez took the win out of their sails. In game 1 there, I felt like he goes, that's what Teo does.
No, this is a couple years ago. They were, I swear to God, a couple years ago they were up by like 3. This year. They were up by 3, and they just shit the bed.
Yeah, I don't know if they were up by 3 because I think the only time that a team has been down by 3,
maybe 2.
It was the Astros and the Red Sox.
They just had to win one game out of like they just didn't. They just sort of didn't. Anyway,
T-minus 15 minutes and however much time Liz has got left.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left, buds, because the bar is right down there.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, what is your wishes for this game? What is your, like, if you get one thing happen outside of a win, what is your wish for the game?
Domination.
Okay.
Like I want them to serve notice that they're as good of a team as they are. And if they get a lead today, I want them to just keep pounding away. Like, I just want them to put up 10 or 15 or 20. Like, I want them to remember what it's like to have fun. And if they can't do that, then what I want Kirk to hit a triple, or you know what I mean? Like something like that. That's just like where the dugout blows up, or Bieber does something incredible. Well, I won't mention it, but maybe something like that happens. Yeah.
So I'm going to echo Jason's sentiment here, and it's because I'm hearing all Major League Baseball Monty Python reference coming in, yelling out, "Bring out your dead," and it's all geared at the fact that the Blue Jays are dead at this point. No pulse, no nothing. Meanwhile, all of us Blue Jays fans and all the Blue Jays are going, "We're not that dead yet.
We're not that dead. We're not that dead."
I want to see him just fucking trounce them and go for it.
I know.
And that's it.
Lots of Jays fans. The game's on right now. Lots of Jays fans.
Mariners fans, get out of my DMs. Get out of my DMs, Mariners fans.
We've already got them even invading our Discord, so it's okay.
We'll read them.
So on that note, if you're not paying attention, Discord thing's right there. Check it out. Join the group and join the fun.
I'm not part of the Discord because I just didn't. I will. And I will
it's fun.
Discord.
Shenanigans
I'm
will be
on all
had.
kinds of Discords. I just forgot to join ours. I will do that. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Let's go, Jace.
Love you, Blaze.
See ya.
Great fans. Go Blue Jays. So,
Go
Jason,
Blue
you and I
Jays.
can put the bow on it here, and we'll talk Blue Jays for a couple more minutes and answer any other fun comments that come in here and anything. But to that point, I need your pick to click, my friend.
Oh, yeah, right. Like, do I really go risky and do I take Bo? Like, do I really throw caution to the? You know what? What's the worst that happens? I'm going to take Bo.
You're right where you're at. No,
I'm
come
going to take Bo Bichette.
He's not even on the roster yet. You got to give me somebody real.
How many games? What are we talking about from today onwards?
So just remember, there's only 2 guaranteed games. So if we pick people,
you're right.
So as much as I love your tenacity on that one,
I'm going Nathan Lukes.
There you go.
With the hot hand.
I like it. So got Nathan Lukes on it here, and I'm gonna go with I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I feel like Andres Jimenez is all of a sudden like just sitting there in the 9 spot, and he's gonna do something big.
He's got his shades on.
Andres in, and then I'm gonna just write in Barge. No, I'm gonna go with Brother Troy, going all in on Santander for the guest spot. So we're gonna go from that. So is there anything else you would like to talk out or tease or anything going on in Jason's world here, or anything we've been chit-chatting on?
Nothing, buddy. I mean, I think that if depending on the way this game goes, based on the fact that, there are 285 just on X alone right now. I mean, maybe we may have to do a few more here. I know that I have a decently busy week, going through, but
Make sure you hit those like, share, and subscribes, because
tell your friends,
at the end
people.
of the day, we are going to try doing as many shows as we humanly possibly can to talk to more Blue Jays fans and talk fandom out. And Jason, you weren't wrong. We got a collective 300 across the board right now.
It's awesome. So thank you so much, guys.
All of you. Appreciate it. Yep. And obviously this is your place, so make sure you hit us up in those wonderful places that you're looking at here, wherever you happen to be viewing our fun from, whether it's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, even all these wonderful places. Or hop over to that Discord channel, like I was mentioning, is right above my right shoulder here, left side of the top screen, and join the chat. Right now we have me, Jason, eventually Liz, but she's not the whole nation of Canada traveler that she's been over the last 3 weeks. And the other fun part about that is we even have writers, we have other podcasters, and we even have a rock star that has joined that chat too. So make sure you join us and chit chat. Like I said, it was meant to be the get everybody together in one place and chit chat. Yeah, you're looking at you, brother Lions. Get in that chat.
Get in there, buddy.
We'll have some fun talking during the game. We are trying to make it our one-stop shopping for not just our stuff, but just hanging out and chit-chatting with Blue Jays fans in general, talking baseball, talking bloopers. And we even have an area where it is all the feeds. So it will actually give you Blue Jays current news, all that kind of good stuff, and along with a bunch of great content from all of our friends that we have on the show here. So I'm out of breath.
Yeah, there you go.
Last moment,
Troy,
my friend.
Oh, there you go. Is Troy in the YouTube chat? Does he do that while the game's on?
He is always in the YouTube chat. We love you there for Troy. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'll make sure I repost the Discord thing out, and we'll go from there. I will put it in the YouTube chat here as we're speaking, Mr. Lions, and go from there. But yeah, it's almost game time, and we're going to talk some Blue Jays stuff in the actual game chat on the Discord server. So make sure you, head over that way, goof around with us, enjoy, have a good time. And as always, Jason, we're going to make sure we just say go Blue Jays and get there, right?
Yeah.
Good deal. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoy the game. We will have some other news coming up in the very near future, because Jason and I stumbled on the whole idea that we're actually only 15 episodes away from 500. We got to start planning something special.
Big 5.
And see where things go.
5-0. Yeah.
So Discord chat is incoming on our YouTube links right as we speak. Make sure you check that out if you want to and you couldn't get the QR code to work. And we'll see you all there. And as always, go Blue Jays. Cheers.
Woo!
Woo!
Thank you for listening to the Jay Bird Watching Podcast. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch at BirdwatchingGC, and our YouTube channel. If you want to support the show and get extra content, please consider joining to our Patreon at patreon.com/birdwatchinggc. Go Jays, go.
Woo!